yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey. Yes. Yeah. Well, man, talk to me about George Pickens, bro.
I like it.
Man, what you think?
We got 2 number ones.
Yeah.
It's CD and George is who I would say Pickens.
Oh yeah. I didn't think about that.
So really, it just comes down to, all right, Dak, you got your tools around you right now. You got what, 2 or 3 good running backs.
Yep.
You got a good offensive line, a rebuilt offensive line. Still gonna be put together, obviously, during the preseason and a few games in the regular season, but they got some dogs ready to be assembled. So now we just have to see exactly how they're gonna put it together.
Facts.
But I feel like with T. Higgins being there,
Yeah.
it's gonna open up CD to have 1,000 yards.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna open him up, and honestly, I can see them both going for 1,000 yards.
Oh yeah.
It sounds wild, but man, that's a lot of talent on the outside now.
Man.
And they both have the capability of playing the slot or the wide out.
Right.
And that's just a game changer. So it's gonna be
Jalen
good.
Tolbert out there.
Huh?
You still got Tolbert.
Yeah, you do.
You still got Turpin.
You got that speedster out there.
You got Tolbert and Turpin.
Yeah.
Oh, let me check you out. Oh yeah, good. They were saying, I mean, golly. Yeah, I agree with everything you said, bro. You got CD, he can work the slot. He can work up on them linebackers.
Yep.
Work up on them safeties. He can do a lot of work in space. And then you got George Pickens, who you don't want to have him one-on-one with nobody for the deep ball. So you're going to have some type of safety coverage. Some type of safety coverage. Which you're going to open up the middle of that field. And the thing is, when you have depth at the number 3 and number 4 spot as receivers, defensively you can't go to sleep. Because as soon as you think you're going to figure out how to slow down CD and Pickens, next thing you know, fourth quarter, 7 minutes left, they trying to cut down a 14-point lead. Next thing you know, you got Turpin streaking down the middle of the field.
Man.
Next thing you got Ferguson in the back corner of the end zone.
That's another
Next thing you
thing
know,
that's
you got
gonna be
Jalen Tolbert on the sideline to the toe. Like, you can't go to sleep. And then next thing you know, you got Jay and Boo. Hey, what? You can't go to sleep. Next thing you know, you tired of him, you got Javonte Williams come put a bruise on you. Come thud you up. I mean, goodness gracious. And Miles Sanders is kind of a nice little shifty back. I like Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
I like it when he was at Philly.
That's what I'm saying. You got so many weapons. Now it's just about allowing for the offensive coordinator to be as creative as he wants to, and honestly, allow for Dak to be able to check off to as much talent as he wants to.
Yeah.
Depending on the scheme of the defenses. I mean, it's just good to have options.
Right.
It's good to have options. It's great. Excuse me, great to have weapons.
Big time.
So, I absolutely love it.
Shout out to Dallas, man. They might have one of the best offensive in the league right now. Between balance-wise, O-line, 2 number 1 receivers, strong tight end, really nice wide receiver depth, great depth at the running back position. Like, you focus on getting some defensive holes cleared up. I mean, you're making another run. And I hate to be that guy because, you know, every Cowboys fan is Super Bowl every year, but they always set themselves up for success.
Hey, gotta give them that.
They always set themselves up for success. They always try.
Yeah.
And that's why they're always in the conversation. Because different teams that don't really have it to talk about it like that, they ain't talking about it. But Dallas always put themselves in the position. And so it's always exciting to look at, like, what could happen, the hype, like, oh, man. But, you know, injuries happen, things happen, circumstances happen. You know, winning the Super Bowl was easy, everybody would do it. So, but, hey, they're looking good.
Hey, and then that's another thing.
What's that?
Even though they set themselves up for success, which is great, it makes the NFL, like, the draft picks, it makes it look a little bit more methodical on how they've done things. Picked up interior front linemen, we're doing things the right way. Because at the end of the day, if you don't got the big hogs in the front, you can't control the line of scrimmage. You can't win no games anyway.
At all. At all.
Yeah, they set up Dak for great success. Big time.
Man, how you feel about the Lakers, bro? They kind of got out the thing a little early, but
You know, from hearing, I don't know, from hearing the situation with LeBron, I think he's trying to get split out. I think he may have been possible to have been out going into the next series anyway.
right.
So it could be a blessing in disguise going forward in the future. Overall, I'm still kind of proud of what they did.
Me
They
too.
did all that without having a big, even though I will say this. I think Jackson Hayes is a great big,
I do too.
but I will say I am slightly disappointed they didn't play Jackson Hayes down the stretch.
I am too.
I feel like he could have gave them some type of spark.
I mean,
That's
7
smart.
foot tall.
Yeah, he could have gave them a better spark than what I would say that they didn't give him credit for doing in the regular season. Because I mean, they got up to the 2 seed for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they should have just continued to keep riding that wave.
I think so.
I feel like they asked for LeBron and Luka to do too much,
Way too much.
and because of that ended up making it where it made it a little bit more complicated for the team to kind of be more of a team-oriented environment.
I don't like it either. And it almost inhibits some other playmakers from their rhythm of making plays. Some guys need 10 shots. You know? A shooter may need to go 1 for 10 and then go 5 for 6. You see what I'm saying? Yep. And finish like 7 for 18. And you like, okay, that was a relatively decent shooting game, but you didn't see that 1 for 10. Shooters got to warm up. And so when you give a guy limited touches because you got 2 dominant guys, it's really challenging to ask them to.
Oh, I don't know, that's straight win.
It's challenging to ask them to be the safety net, to be the safety blanket all of a sudden with no rhythm. So, yeah, I think they won big away. I like what Jackson Hayes did. You know, they talk a lot about Luka's defense. Yeah, so what? I'll take a fat Luka who can drop 60 points on offense any day. We'll figure it out. I'm gonna go get a rim protector. I'm gonna go get somebody else to put around him to slow down defenses, right? But that ain't the reason why they lost. To your point, I'm proud of what they did with that roster. I think it wasn't looking pretty for a minute there. And then we got excited about the Luka trade. I think the Mike Williams trade would have been the missing ingredient. I think they'd have been real dangerous with that. But I also think Jackson Hayes could cover up a lot of things. And I know they're trying for schematics. They probably want to test a different direction, but it is what it is. I think they'll rebound real well. Man, you got Cleveland over there, man. You got a whole lot of jokers in that QB room. You got Deshaun Watson. Let's start there because he's technically not one of the largest contracts in the NFL still. You got Joe Flacco. You got Kenny Pickett. You got Dylan Gabriel, who is a good quarterback. And then you got Shador, who many think could be a starter on a number of football teams. What you do with all that, man?
So I like Shador in that QB room, and I like the fact of him being able to challenge the QB room because I think they're afraid that Shador don't like competition just because he's been blessed to be a starter all his career.
Right.
From like high school all the way through college and stuff like that. But it's still earned, not given. It's still earned, not given.
Facts.
So I feel like in that situation, give him an honest look in training camp
Yep.
and 2 preseason games,
Yep.
and I feel like he'll come out as a starter.
Okay.
I feel like they're gonna possibly have to cut one of the QBs that they possibly even got on contract.
Think so?
Yeah, they're gonna have to. It could be Kenny Pickett, but you know what? Who's to say that it wouldn't be Joe Flacco? And you keep all the youth because of the fact that the youth has showed promising results.
Yeah.
Because you know that's just the way I look at it. Sometimes it has to be like that.
Yeah. I was thinking that too. Because they traded for Pickett. And You trade for a guy that generally means like that win this ain't playing. So when you trade for a guy, that generally means you got good confidence in his ability. Somebody's not gonna make it through, and maybe they're thinking, you know, whatever happens with Deshaun, maybe that's one vacancy. Maybe if he shows up and shows like a resemblance of his potential, maybe they're like, hey, oh, it's a win-win. I don't know. I just hope that it's not any more controversy, and I hope it's not any more games being played with Cleveland. Yeah, I really just want the best talent to be out there.
That's it.
That's it. And if it's not Shedeur, okay, he's a rookie. That's fine. I don't think we have any doubt in the trajectory of his career. I think we all feel he's gonna be okay, barring any injuries. But now I just hope there's no more games being played in politics. Like whoever's the best guy that's picking, all right, cool. If it's Flacco, we get it. If it's Gabriel, fine. But if it's Shedeur, put him out there. If he earned it, put him out there.
I heard the head coach in the interview recently. He said Shedeur is a coachable player. If that's the case, I want to see equal opportunity.
Yeah, right.
You know, may the best quarterback win, but I want to see equal opportunity.
Right.
Because I understand it's one of the situations. They talk about, okay, well, maybe since Shedeur is a 5th round pick, he's not going to be able to get the look like how all the other quarterbacks will.
What?
Man, one thing to Shedeur's advantage, he's already played around a bad offensive line. He's already played in situations where maybe not everybody knows what to do. But here's the thing about being in a leadership role, you're going to show people what to do. And
Right.
Shedeur does that a lot. He's been doing that. Even the receivers, all the receivers that got drafted for Colorado,
Yeah.
he put them in position to be successful because he's like, hey, this is what I'm seeing in the defense. This is what I want you to do to make things a little bit better for your route structure. Obviously, the receivers have an opinion on how they want to run their routes and what they want to do,
Yeah.
but he's definitely assisted in making them great.
Right.
So that's the part where I was like, what makes you think he won't do that in Cleveland?
Facts.
It's going to be literally the exact same thing in Cleveland.
Facts.
And that's the reason why he started off already. Like he already started off getting into the community, getting acclimated, going to high schools. He's been doing that at Jackson State. He did that in Colorado.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people hate on that, but the thing is that it's all about family-oriented environments.
Right.
Because once you do that, now you have a strong nucleus.
Facts.
You got it's like the roots are in the ground deep, so that means that no matter how much adversity comes into a team, they'll always stick together, and that's really what it's all about. When you build that type of chemistry, that makes it where they actually believe.
Right.
Because people already got talent. Already.
They didn't have talent.
Yeah, they already have that talent. So I just want to see equal opportunity. Besides, they're a professional organization. I know y'all ain't trying to waste no money just to prove a point. No, you're not trying to waste no money.
Professional organization, man.
You feel me?
That doesn't have time to waste no time.
Because if you have that much hate on one person or one person's pops or whatever, man, you got to do some serious soul searching.
Come on now.
That's ridiculous.
Come on now.
All that to prove a point.
All that. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, talk to me, man. Mavs, Cooper Flag. How you feel about that?
Man. I mean, shout out to the Mavs. They need to get another superstar. They got one now. So I love that. Cooper Flag is in a situation where he's going to go to I don't want to say a stacked team, but it's a pretty good team he's going to. So that's good for him to actually jumpstart his basketball career in the NBA and feeling good about it.
For sure.
So yeah, shout out to him, bro. I love it. The Mavs had a 1.8% chance of getting that.
That's crazy.
1.8. Now,
That's crazy.
I don't want to say it's rigged, but that's pretty lucky.
That's
I guess hence why they call it the lottery.
facts.
So I can't even hate. Can't even hate just because it's like, well, technically it is the lottery pick. So you can always have percentages when it comes to, you know, your best bet is getting the number 1 overall pick. But sheesh, for it to be like that,
1.8%.
1.8 and you get that, hey, shout out to Kyrie,
I need them
shout
hard.
out to AD,
Yeah.
shout out to Clay, because now they're gonna have a nice youthful energy that's gonna come in with size that literally can actually be plugged right in and play early and be effective early, which I think is huge.
I think it's a perfect missing piece. Because when they were talking about what to do in the offseason with their currently constructed roster, I'm like, man, they really need a big body 3-guard or something with a handle who's aggressive and can play defense and can get a bucket.
Yeah,
They need like a Jimmy Butler. They need like a Paolo Banchero. They really need Luka.
yeah, no,
Another kind of Luka. And before I can say that, all I hear is, oh man, Mavs got number 1 pick. And I'm like, perfect. That's exactly what they needed. Exactly what they needed.
yeah,
I think it's gonna be a perfect piece for them, man. But you got your guards already covered up, and you got the youth to come in there and be the energy.
bingo.
Kyrie don't have to be it. You got a guy who can hold it down late games because he got the juice for it. You can put your other vets on the bench and let them kind of coast out after 29 minutes. After a long game, you got a big 20-point lead. Save them, preserve them. Youth that can perform. Big time.
You know how we was talking about having every great team has a hustle dog on their
Hell
team,
yeah.
like a Pat Beverly,
Pat
you know what I
Bev,
mean?
Montrezl Harrell.
Montrezl Harrell. Well, when you have a youthful energy like that, like Cooper coming in there,
Yeah.
he automatically becomes your hustle dog. Automatically, which I actually love.
He don't need the ball in his hands. That's what you don't need the ball in his hands. That's what you got Kyrie for.
Yep. I love that for Mavs.
Me too, man.
Yeah. They mess around, and if everybody stays healthy, they'll get back to the playoffs. Mess around and be at least at best, I can see them being at least a 3 or 4 seed at best in his rookie year.
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, for sure. How you feel about Cleveland, man? So they're looking good out there, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Sean looking really good.
Rookie camp.
I guarantee it. It's going to be one of them situations where he may get that starting role sooner than later. I seen this report where they was talking about how now it's not that Joe Flacco's there to mentor. He's actually there to earn his spot just like with all the young ones. I love that though, because now I'm looking at, you have Kenny Pickett,
Yep.
you got Dylan Gabriel, you got Shador, you got Joe Flacco,
Yep.
and possibly Deshaun Watson whenever he comes back. But I think even at that point, I can actually see Shador getting that starting spot. It sounds crazy to some, but to me it's not. Week 3 preseason. Yeah. Because, hey, imagine both of their running backs they picked up. They picked up a good tight end. They already got David Njoku there.
Yep.
I'm looking at that. You picked up all of these quality players to go along with what you already have.
Yep.
Who's to say in preseason he looks good? They're like, hey, let's see what we can do this year.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what we can do this
yeah.
year. That's how I look at it.
I think it's best man up, next man up, man. Ooh. You know, I know they have a loaded QB room, but I think it's important because how often do we see QBs get hurt? How often do we see QBs get hurt? And as soon as the QB's hurt, the team pretty much has to virtually just halt all productivity.
Yeah.
And so why not have 2-3 deep quality QBs? Mm-hmm. Why not keep Shador and Dillon? Unless you can get a trade deal for that QB room. I heard a rumor about Kenny Pickett to the Saints and packaging some of those pieces that they have for other pieces. That could be a thing. We'll see.